Hello again and welcome everyone to G Squared, where excellence is epitomized. I'm Gilly Gills here to simplify things for you. Now today I want to show you how to write chemical formulae using Roman numerals. Now here's the thing. There's some elements, especially metals, that have variable charges, or they have different charges. So you have one element with 2, 3, 4 charges. It's kind of weird, but it does happen. So to represent those charges, or to show the different elements in its different forms, we use Roman numerals to represent each charge. Okay, so it's as simple as that. Roman numerals represent a charge of a species. But if you're given the name of a species, for example, iron 2 oxide, you may wonder which of those two elements the 2 represents, or the charge 2 represents. It's simple. The 2 here represents the charge of the species that it follows. Okay, the charge of the species that it follows. So, before the 2 is iron. So it means that the iron has a 2 plus charge. Okay, now here you go. So all you need to do now, when you're writing the formula of these things, is just identify the element and identify its charge. So in this case, it's iron 2 oxide. Now, to get the charge of oxide, you can refer to my video on swapping charges. You can find the link below. Okay, so oxide is 2 minus, right? And the iron, because this is a 2, it's 2 plus, so it's iron 2 plus. So how am I going to write the formula of iron 2 oxide? You swap the charges. Wow. So I'm going to do that now. And when I do that, I end up with Fe2O2. Fe2O2. Now, because the 2 and the 2 are equal, they can cancel out each other, because it's a positive and 2 negatives. So plus 2 minus 2 is equal to 0. So we can just get rid of those 2 numbers. And when we do that, we end up with FeO, which I think is Spanish for ugly. Now, in our second example, we still have iron. In this case, it's iron 3 oxide. Alright, so remember, it's the same element, it's just a different charge, and to represent the different charge, we use a different Roman numeral. In this case, it's 3. So this is iron 3. So it's iron 3 plus. Alright, so there you have that. Now it's oxide. Oxide has not changed. It's still O2 minus. So first, to write the formula, we swap the charges. And when we do that, we end up with Fe2O3. So notice this is iron 2 oxide and this is iron 3 oxide. 2 different formulas, same elements, etc., etc. Now let us just continue a little bit more to make sure we have this thing under lock and key. Here's a third example. Sulfur 4 oxide. Now this 4 comes after the sulfur. So it tells you that the sulfur has a 4 plus charge. Okay? So the oxide is still 2 minus. That has not changed. So first, to write the formula, we swap the charges again. You got it. Now when we do that, we end up with S2O4. Now, here's the situation. These 2 numbers are multiples and factors of each other, so to speak. 4 is a multiple of 2, and 2 is a factor of 4. Which means that I can divide 2 into itself by 1, and 2 into 4 and get 2, and so I could simplify this formula, which is what I'm going to do because we like to keep things simple. Now if I divide 2 into itself, I'm going to get 1. And if I divide 2 into 4, I get 2. So I can just take out this and then change this to 2. And there you have it, SO2. So this is actually the formula of sulfur 4 oxide. It's SO2. You may see it as sulfur dioxide as well. And to find out why it's called sulfur dioxide, you could refer to my video on writing formulae using prefixes. Now our final example, just to make sure everything is good and we're ready to go, is sulfur 6 oxide. Now again, the 6 represents the charge of the sulfur. So there you have it, 6 plus. Then now, the oxide is still 2 minus. So what will we do? we swap those charges. You've got it. And when we've swapped those charges, we end up with S2O6. That's good. Now, you now need to ask yourself the question, can I make this any simpler? Yes, we can. And so, therefore, that's exactly what we're going to be doing. We're going to be making it simpler. And we divide 2 into itself 1 and 2 into 6, 3. So we end up with SO3. And there you have that. Okay? So, this is how you write the formula using Roman numerals. Now, I hope you find this helpful. If you have any comments, any questions, you can add your comments and questions below. I'll get back to you as soon as I can. And please feel free to like, share, and subscribe to my channel, G Squared Academy, where excellence is epitomized. See you next time.